Hello and welcome to another Meaning to Live short therapy video session. My name is Jed. I'm a licensed therapist, and I thought for the year 2020 it'd be fun to learn how to spot less effective therapists. Can we do that? We can do that. We should do that. Let's look at 3 reasons why I think therapists or mental health professionals become therapists or mental health professionals. I'll even throw in some bonus material at the end so you can recognize when you're getting good therapy. Ready? Let's go. Number 1, the caregiver. That's the most inundated in this field. Boy, there's a bunch of caregivers, very agreeable people. And this behavior isn't a personality type, it's a learned behavior by being raised, and it's learned from being raised in an environment where, that caregiving behavior has been reinforced. Their acceptance is conditional as they've grown up. So they've learned they've got to do this to be accepted. They get all their value from it. It's, the underlying belief system from the caregiver is that they're not okay unless they're taking care of someone else. It's not good. Also, caregivers, they have a real tendency to coddle the client. So, there's that. Number 2, the trauma victim. Now, this professional has an intimate, personal history in whatever specialty area they choose. And, they get it because they have this deep, scarred knowledge of being raped or living through the death of a parent or being victimized for their gender identity or through addiction or insert whatever tragic trauma past here. It'll just go right with the flow. So the trauma-based counselor will actually gravitate towards people struggling with the same thing. And that's not really, that's okay. We can do that. But in my opinion, it's hugely dangerous when a professional tries to help others before they've worked through their own past, through their own stuff. So to spot a trauma-based human-turned therapist, look for conversations being more about themselves than you. They'll go on and on about past struggles or past trauma or even current problems in the session with you. So when you hear this and it becomes a pattern, boy, it's time for you as the client to abort the mission. So if the counselor, uses their own experiences briefly to explain the therapeutic concept, great. If a therapist is, briefly, again, disclosing a little information about themselves to connect, that's okay too. But remember, this isn't supposed to be about the professional. It's supposed to be about you, the client. Otherwise, you're doing the therapy. You're the one that should be paid. You know what I mean? Charge them if they do that. That'd be awesome. Not kidding. You're the therapist. You might as well charge the therapist. All right. Number 3, this is like when a person becomes a therapist as a second career. And I'm biased. This is where I fall into. So take that as it is. Voila. But man, when you have a second career therapist come into play, they're not working through their own trauma. They're not needing to be a caregiver in order to be okay. They're just there because it's interesting to them. And that's why they've become a therapist or a professional mental health provider. Believe me, if I could have made money and lived how I want to live, playing video games or hiking around the mountains or looking for alligators with my buddies, I would have. Fortunately, there's a lot better gamers out there, and you just don't find treasure wandering around the mountains or looking for alligators. Yeah, if you did, everybody would be doing it. I guess what I'm trying to say, and why I'm even posting this video, is because I want you to be safe. I want you to raise your level of consciousness. I want you to be independently well. I want you to be aware. I want you to really live, and I'm hoping that if you know the red flags of a less effective therapist, you'll have a better shot at working through whatever you've got going on in life that's requiring professional help in the first place. There you go. Here's a couple of bonus points for those of you who've actually lasted over 5 minutes watching this video. If you're comfortable going to and then leaving from therapy, if it's comfortable for you, you're actually in a friendship. You're probably not doing actual therapy, because when you're uncomfortable is when you're growing the most. And remember, your life isn't actually getting easier. You, as the individual, are becoming stronger. That is what therapy is about. So again, thanks for watching. This is awesome. If you like this or think it has any merit, do a comment. Put a like thing on there. If you really want to have some fun, click the notification bell. And I have a blog on this on the website, www.meaningtolive.com. Lastly, thanks for your support, and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, awareness up.